Hello, Empower Tribe. Welcome back to another episode of our daily reflection. Again, we're going to go into the Book of Awakening, and today I'm going to read you our reflection. And today's reflection is about facing sacred moments. The higher goal of spiritual living is not to amass a wealth of information, but to face sacred moments. Maybe it's part of being American, this one to build on things instead of facing them. After all, our ancestors believe it their manifest destiny to keep moving on until they ran out of land. But now that there's nowhere left to go, a different sense of exploration that has waited centuries is calling. Instead of building a road to somewhere other than where we are, the life of the Spirit requires us to open doors that wait before us and within us. This is what Abraham Herschel calls facing sacred moments, the opening of doors into the life we already have. The effort to build our way elsewhere can be admirable and even heroic, but it often distracts us from inhabiting the life we are given. Certainly, there is nothing wrong with bettering our outer circumstances, but these constructions mean nothing if we never face the very pulse of life that waits like a kind mother at the edge of our exhaustion. So, what do you think about today's reflection, ladies? I really like today's reflection around looking for answers, and many times it seems that we are looking for answers to our questions or to our troubles or problems outside of ourselves. You know, some of us think that having more money, more wealth, more belongings would bring about more peace, more happiness, more fulfillment. Or some of us look for relationships. You know, maybe we feel empty inside, maybe we feel lonely, and we look to create relationships outside of ourselves to find that. Some of us like to fill our life with things. Some of us go to seek answers outside of ourselves through, therapists, courses, books. And trust me, I've done every single one of that. And I think it is true. There's some truth to be said that the only way to discover or to solve our problems is to look inside of ourselves. And a lot of times, the things that we are looking for that is outside of ourselves could be a temporary solve, but it doesn't give you the true answers that you need for yourself. And I can personally say that seeking your own answers requires a lot of hard work, soul searching, and a lot of times quiet moments sitting with yourself, and sitting with yourself means really listening to the pain, to the emptiness you feel inside, the hurt, the trauma, the pain. And until you are able to do that with yourself, you will not come to your full potential. Because like I said in previous videos, the answer is inside of yourself all along. Everything outside can add to the package, but it cannot replace the work that you have to do for yourself, because everybody's life experience is going to be different, including yours. Mine is going to be different from yours different from mine. And we have different traumas, different feelings that we have to work through, different experiences, different pains, wounds that we have to look into, and different triggers that happens around us that we really have to look into. And it's very scary to go there. I've been there myself, with lots of things happening around me that triggers this feeling inside me. And sometimes we like to blame others, right? The circumstance, the people, the situation, but nobody should make you feel a certain way. Nobody should have the power to do that. And the fact that it got to you meant that there is something within yourself, a wound that's trying to come out to tell you about something about yourself that needs to be looked into. And I, I, I know that it's hard to do that sometime because it requires some self-awareness, some mindfulness, and sometimes we fill our life with people, busyness, to avoid having to go into that place because you're not sure what to do with that. And that's why meditation is really good to kind of even like a book like this is really good because it makes you kind of take some time to reflect upon what is happening. Did something come up for you this week? Did something come up for you today? Did something come up for you, or are you feeling a certain way for however long because of something that actually triggered and you just don't recognize, but what you feel is just a sense of uncomfortableness and overwhelm, that you're not too sure what to do with, or what to do with it and how to deal with it. And I'm here to help. I've been through that myself, and in my coaching program, that's what we are working through. Because I think sometimes even not recognizing the problem, not recognizing the trigger, or even if we recognize the trigger, a lot of us are looking for a solution to our problems. And a lot of us are looking for the solution in the wrong places because it's outside of yourself. And a lot of us don't even know who we are because we haven't taken the time to get to know who we are, because everything that we know and define about ourselves is what the world defined for us. And until you do the work of really looking at yourself and getting to know who you are in person, in and out, it's going to be hard for you to truly believe it. For example, I go to a therapist myself, and my therapist always call me the tiger lady because she feels like I'm brave and I'm able to move forward in my life, even though there's a lot of challenges and struggles that I'm dealing with, that I never give up. I just put one foot in front of the other and I just trudge on. And it's very hard for me to accept what she says sometimes because it's like I don't see myself that way, because she doesn't know that when I do that, I am doing it shaking because I'm scared, I'm afraid, but I make myself do that, right? But what I see of myself and what she see of me is two different picture. And my goal is to get to the tiger lady, not just the persona on the outside of how people see me from the outside, but to truly believe that I truly am a tiger lady from the inside. And I'm just using that as an example because I personally can relate to that. And it's funny when she calls me the tiger lady because I'm like, how am I a tiger lady? Like, I don't feel like I'm a tiger lady. I'm scared most of the time. And but that's not how she looked at me. This is not how apparently I portray myself to her, because she felt like I am always able to get it together and move on forward. I guess the truth is, we might appear a certain way to each other, but we can't deceive ourselves to think that we're not going every step of the way shaking and fearful and afraid. But that is part of discovering your strengths and your vulnerability of who you are, accepting that is a part of you, and embrace it and work with it. I think the best way to deal with fear is to work with what you're afraid of. And whatever you're afraid of, ladies, I just want you to know that you have the ability to work through it, because you have the power to do that. And if you're looking for help, you're feeling stuck, you have an issue, or you feel like something is wrong but you can't quite pinpoint what it is, or you see the issue but it's too overwhelming for you to think of steps to move forward. I personally been through that, and like I said, it's going to be work to work through it, but nobody else can do it but you. But I am able to help you every step of the way, to help you, to coach you, to guide you, to be your accountability partner, and to share some insight from my personal life, because I think that insight is valuable. Um, you someone that has walked the walk and has been there, understands the pain, understands the challenge, someone that doesn't judge you and help you and hold your hand as a partner to your success every step of the way. Well, I hope this serves you, and I encourage you to check out my website, www.herempoweredlife.com, or my Facebook page, or follow me on Instagram, Instagram/herempoweredlife. And I would love to share more content with you, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. I hope this serves you and help you really start thinking about what is it that you refuse to see in yourself or afraid of yourself, because there is really nothing to be afraid of. If the more you put it in the dark, or it stays in the dark, the more power you give it. Once you speak of it and once you bring it to light and you make mention of it, it no longer has the same power. And every time you speak of it, every time you work on it, you are giving it less and less power. And that's where you come into your full power. And I want each and every one of you to come into your full power. Well, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and you have a good day, guys.